Hey guys, it's Christina, here to talk today about the power of compounding. So if you don't know what the power of compounding is, I'm going to get right into that topic. So the power of compounding, I learned from an amazing book, and I highly, highly recommend you reading this. It's called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. I kind of see the book here. Okay. But anyways, it goes over a topic where how you can compound consistent daily tasks to improve your life, improve your income, improve your success, improve your attitude, improve your overall well-being. And I'm so thankful that I read that book because before I read that book, I was always negative. I always doubted myself. I always doubted that I could achieve anything surmountable to where I'm at right now. Kind of give you a little bit of background. I almost flunked out of college. I barely made it through high school, and I barely graduated on the skin of my teeth from high school back in 2004, which seems like it's been a decade and eons ago. But, kind of give you that background. I struggled and I was always jumping from job to job. I was never consistent. I was depressed. I dealt with so many things on so many levels, and I was always negative and never thought positively or anything, remotely positive about the future for myself. So when I read this book, The Compound Effect, last year, it really opened my eyes to why I was always getting myself in a rut and why I was always running into situations. Kind of an example that I would get upset that people weren't connecting with me and that weren't staying in touch with me, and I would take it personally. And it really resulted down to how I was reacting to those people and my attitude, and just my overall like mantra to life. And you know as the book kind of relates, if you associate yourself with negative people, negative situations will compound over time, and you will continue to be in that negative situation. So if you think positively and you surround yourself with positive people, things will positively grow for you. So I do honestly believe in the law of attraction. And law of attraction is that whatever kind of energy that you attract to yourself, you will see that type of attraction. So if you attract positivity, you'll see positive results. If you attract negative, you will more than likely ricochet positive people and get negative people. Um, Pretty much a science, if you will. So the power of compounding is where you take small little tasks and change it. So say, for example, you find 5 negative things that you do daily and turn them into a positive. You will then compound those into 5 more positive tasks and compound that over time. Um, Same thing goes with like revenue share sites. If you purchase 5, packs, you can compound that into 10 packs, and then 15 packs, and then 20 packs, and then 25. One of the examples that the book covers is that, which would you choose? A penny that doubles over 30 days, or you would select $3 million over the course of 30 days. Um, the example definitely shows that the more beneficial and smart approach would be to take the penny and compound that, double that over 30 days, because if you do the math, you end up with a lot more money. I'm not going to do the math right now because my brain is about fried from doing all these videos. But you know, my new YouTube channel that I created, I'm talking a lot about revenue share sites, how you can compound, how you can improve your situation. And I'm not crazy. I'm just like your normal everyday American millennial, I guess you could call me. I guess I am a millennial because I'm only 29 years old. I'll be 30 in the next 2 weeks, but you know, I'm just like you and everybody else. I have debt, student loan debt. I have credit cards. I have a daytime job, and I'm just like everybody else. I'm not special. I I have two amazing parents. Unfortunately, they divorced when I was in like middle school, high school, and I learned that I don't. I love my parents to death, but I don't want to live like them. They live, basically working nonstop, 80 plus hours, 60 plus hours a week. They are always tired and exhausted. I love them to pieces, and I definitely feel like from the very beginning that I was meant to do something independent. And I'm 29 years old now, and I own my own business. Actually, I own two businesses. I run a unique business, and I run a software development and IT service company. So I'd say I'm doing pretty good for myself. So, everything that I've done has built up to this point. I'm originally, just to give you a little bit of background about me, I grew up near, the Metro Detroit area in Michigan of the United States. If you're in global areas, you probably don't know where that is. If you're from the US, then you do know where that is. But I grew up in that area. My mom raised me and my siblings, and I'd say she did pretty damn good because we all went to college. My brother and I I'm almost about done with my master's program. My brother graduated with a master's program, and not to get into too much detail, but over time we moved so that we can get jobs. But I moved so that my husband could get a job in the architecture field, and now here I am with a little one and a house, and almost done with my master's program. And I'd say I'm doing pretty good for myself, especially when I had a lot of people tell me that I'd never make it in entrepreneurship. They told me I would never make it in, computer science, software development. They told me I can never do engineering because I'm a woman. Absolutely negative, bashing and everything. And I feel like I've overcome all of that just because I tried and I read this book and I stayed positive. I'm not gonna lie, I was negative for quite a few years. I never thought I'd get to this point. I always looked at my side business as just a side business and just a side venture. But I honestly, truly believe that, I'm onto something now. So I'm helping people, I'm impacting lives, I'm inspiring, and, that's what I wanted to do. And it took a lot of jumping around and a lot of like self-development, reading books, and, just mantra and, meditation to try and find myself. And I think I finally found, my niche, I guess. So it's always been IT. It's always been software development. It's always been robotics. It's always been, video game design. It's always been just those essential things. And I'm just so thankful that I did have, you know, that positively and positivity in the back of my head, just saying, just keep pushing, just keep pushing. You know, I will fully admit that I've gone through some rough patches in my life. I suffer from PTSD. I suffer from depression. I suffer from anxiety and panic attacks. And, you know, the thing that keeps me going and the thing that keeps everything just, you know, flowing forward is just knowing that things are going to be better and just looking at the positive instead of the negative. And, you know, the compound effect, the compounding of life is just exactly that, just compounding positive thoughts to move forward and, you know, grow it into something bigger than that. You know, with my business, I knew the power of advertising and traffic was essential for me to grow my business. I personally started with barely any money in my pocket, and now I'm looking at roughly around $3,200 extra at this point. And I'm looking at a projection of even more than that, around 10,000 to 20,000 by the end of this year. So I'd say the compound effect has been definitely working for me. Not everybody thinks like me. Not everyone is willing to do that extra work. I will fully admit I do work a lot of hours now, but I know in the end it will pay off over time, and it will pay off to the point where I can provide for my little girl. I can, you know, pay off my student loan debt. I can, you know, make something of myself and impact lives, help people that are in the same situation that I'm in, you know, getting themselves in all this student loan debt and all of this credit card debt, just trying to make ends meet and just trying to get ahead in life. And, you know, I vouch for you. I know what it's like to dig yourself out of the hole and, you know, no one there to help you, and, you know, just trying to evaluate what exactly you need to do to get yourself out of there. The way that I started was by just writing down, what are my goals? Like, what exactly do I want in the end, you know, between my milestones? I had, you know, short-term and long-term goals, and I, you know, started doing research. You know, at first I was going to the library because I didn't have a laptop. Now I have a laptop, so now I can go to the Starbucks or Panera, anywhere where there's free Wi-Fi. Even McDonald's has free Wi-Fi now. And I did more research, and I just kept reading and reading and reading. And, you know, I started applying this stuff, and it works. I mean, I'm not bullshitting any of you right now. I mean, I will like this video out on the internet right now. You could be watching this like 2 to 3 years from now. It's 2016 right now. So if you're finding this later on, you know, I will be posting daily or weekly. I don't know at this point, but I will be, you know, tracking my progress. I'm not much of a blogger, so I'd rather, you know, personally just track whatever comes out of my mouth. You know, and I am on Twitter, I am on Instagram, I am on Facebook, but, you know, for me, this is genuine. This is like just me filtering out and just, you know, talking to all of you, you know, on how far I have come, based off of the negativity that has been thrown at me. I have a lot of negative people, unfortunately, that are part of, you know, my immediate family, and it's fine because I understand, based off of what we have all gone through, why some are so negative and some, you know, are so positive. And the way I look at it is, if I continue to be positive, I will see positive results. And that's what I keep like drilling into my head. I just keep having that mantra that if I keep positive, which is the essence of what compounding is, if you keep positive, it compounds into something more positive and more greater. So I believe that, you know, that in particular is enough for me. Just small steps, not anything huge, not anything crazy. And, you know, it'll come. I mean, I've seen so much difference in myself. And I mean, I went through therapy, and I talked with my therapist one night, and I was like, you know, I just don't understand why all this negative is just flowing towards me. And she's like, well, what is your mentality? What is your mindset at this point? And I said, I feel really crappy. I just don't feel happy. I feel sad. I feel, you know, I don't feel really, you know, confident in myself. And she was like, that is your problem. You are attracting negative. And she said, if you start thinking positively and clearing your mind and just envisioning yourself, calming yourself through the woods and walking through the woods, you will see a difference. Sure enough, a week later, I am now, you know, I was like happy as a clam. I just like had so much positive come out of it. But, you know, I just feel that if you attract positive, it will compound into positive. You know, and if you're looking to like as a way of helping out your mindset and compounding more money into your life, you know, it's not just some mumbo jumbo meditation that's going to attract more money. You need to do the work. You need to invest in what will help you make more money. And just look at what your passion is. I mean, if your passion is to sell makeup, then sell makeup. If your passion is to help people, like coach them, then possibly look into training for coaching. There's so many different resources out there on how you can make extra money and extra income. Do something about your situation. Stop feeling so bad about yourself that you just feel like you're not going to get anywhere. If you don't do anything, you're not going to get anywhere. I'm sorry. It's just not how it works. You have to do the work to see the results. And for me, not many people probably could think like me, and that's just because I'm me. I mean, not everyone is like me, and that's fine. But I mean, like I said, if you read this book, if you apply some of these tips and tricks to your daily life, to your business, to anything really, I mean, even your attitude, you will see difference. And I promise you, you will see a brighter future in the future, if that makes any sense. So my next video series is going to be talking about click intensity. It's totally off topic from the power of compounding. So for those that might have a business, I will be talking about that. So, all right, take care, guys.